Peace fam, what's good? I'm Ivy and you're Ivy Vibes, and we are going to see where the energy lies for the collective. See what kind of situations some of you could be dealing with right now. Okay. I don't know, y'all. Sometimes I wonder about the collective. I really do. I really do. So right now, I don't want to forget that I got pizza in the oven. We have self-indulgence, heartbroken, and talking. For self-indulgence, we are looking at self-worth and value, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. For heartbroken, we are looking at deeply sad, feeling lost, grieving, and despair, breakup. God damn. For talking, we are looking at interested, awaiting messages, texts, calls, emails, talking more. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so I think I have a little bit of a scenario. This feels like initially, there's some of you that initially when you started talking to someone, there was like this offer that came in from this King of Cups energy individual. And this is someone who is very controlled when it comes to expressing their emotions. They don't really show a lot. They feel a lot, but they don't really show a lot. So this actually, for whatever reason, almost reminds me of air energy. Like a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. That's what this energy actually reminds me of, even though it's cups, which would, fall more under the category of a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And so we have self-indulgence. I believe that with this energy, this initially may have caused some of you to question your self-worth and your value. You could have actually been in a period where you were taking time to heal, doing shadow work, and trying to show some self-appreciation for yourself. Really, really trying to take care of yourself. Let's see what other information we can get. We got the 7 of Coins. I don't feel that you were rushing when it came to situation with this person. You were really trying to take your time. Being patient because of the work that you were doing for yourself. Again, doing things in moderation, being very patient. looking at the work that you put into yourself, and focusing on yourself, really, which is something that I think that we all kind of need to do every once in a while. Just focus on ourselves. But I believe that after you started talking to this person, that's when things started to change. So we have talking, interested, awaiting messages, text calls, emails, and talking more. And it almost feels as though talking to this person became a burden. I don't know why people do this to themselves. Like, seriously, why do people do this to themselves? If you are in a period where you are taking care of yourself, continue to take care of yourself. That means that you need to be putting up really strong boundaries, because this is what this feels like with this Ten of Wands, that the relationship was created off of conversation, but this is, again, awaiting messages, texts, calls, emails, and talking more. But how much time were you actually spending with this person? It feels like it was a burden, because you may have just been sitting around waiting to hear from this person because they showed some interest in you, and you're thinking, oh, well, just because I've been doing some work on myself, that I'm doing good. And this person, again, like I said, I felt like this was air energy. And this, could be someone that considers themselves as a mature person, or somebody that is older, meaning between 35 and 40 and up. Okay? But this person is more on the intellectual side, rational side. They're not really the showy kind of person. They're not someone that expresses a lot of emotions. And so all of the interest that they're showing is just talk. And I don't know how much time you are actually spending with this person, but when this says awaiting messages, this is someone that really feels like they express more in a text than they did when you actually seen them. All these kings. Okay, this is an older person. This is an older person that someone is dealing with. King of Coins. This is an older person. This is someone that is older, but I really don't feel like, and I would say probably pretty well established. They probably do really well when it comes to business-wise. They're a very practical thinking person, very practical acting person. Yeah, but they're not the kind, I have not seen the King of Wands come out. They are not the kind of person that shows a lot of how they feel. They don't show that passion. And that may be what you need. Man or woman. They're not a showy person. This is someone that is very practical in the way that they move. If it seems illogical, they're not going to do it. And it almost feels like this is someone that almost expects you to know how they feel. Like they don't really feel like they need to tell you. Even if they've told you once, they don't feel like they need to tell you any more than that, because, oh, well, you should know. It's not something that they're going to repeat, that they feel like you need to know. And so especially when it comes to their actions. So when it comes to the messages, you're just waiting. You're sitting around and you're waiting. You're not spending a whole lot of time with them. And you may be falling in love more with the thought of what it is that you want, because this is somebody who is very well established. You know what I'm saying? Probably has a lot of things going for themselves. They're in a position of leadership. They may even own their own business, or can be doing very well, just very, very well wherever they are. They've done what they needed to do, put in the hard work, and they are very well established. And so that may be something that you possibly could have looked at that was what's the word I'm looking for? It drew you into them. That was something that you liked. You liked the way that it looked. You liked the way that that looked. You liked the fact that they were on their game. Again, Eight of Wands. There could be some distance between you two, but again, this is, a lot of talk, conversations, emails, texts, calls, messages. And that's what you were sitting around waiting for. But it became burdensome because that's all it ever ended up resulting into. My thing is, if the extent of your relationship pretty much only came in the form of text, phone calls, and messages, I would really question the strength and the validity of the relationship. If there hasn't been any real action, if there hasn't been like that time when you're really spending time with each other. Because again, a person can tell you whatever it is that they want. And so I feel like we have heartbroken because you got to a place where you just felt like it was too much conflict trying to make things work with the Five of Wands. Too much conflict trying to make things work. Deeply hurt and sad, feeling lost, grieving and despair, breakup. This does not feel like it was something that was in the same energy of where you may have wanted it to be. Yeah. And it could be because this person may have been hurt in the past. And so they, they may have been hurt in the past. So they possibly tend to hold back, operate differently. They don't really pour a lot into their relationships when it comes to giving any kind of action. Yet and still, this is someone that, stated that they'd like to have some kind of partnership with you. But the conflict is they weren't really giving you what it is that you needed. There was no real action behind what they were saying, what the conversation was. That's just a problem for me. Now, maybe some of you can deal with that, not really spending a lot of time with someone, but this also feels like this is someone who may travel a lot, who does a lot of things business-wise, where they just may not ever be around. Yeah. Three of Swords. I feel like this person was hurt in the past, and they have a hard time trusting. They may be the ones too that actually need to heal. So I think that kind of set you back, because if you were already on a path where you were trying to heal, and give to yourself, this may have felt like a bit of a setback. So hopefully this is not something where you're looking at yourself and questioning your self-worth and your value simply because this other person was, a bit on the standoffish side, being very what am I trying to say? They were just being very reserved in the way that they would express their emotions. This is somebody who is better at dealing with situations that are like high-paced, but anything emotional, like someone that may have to work on Wall Street or something like that, make fast decisions, dealing with high-paced, high-energy type of situations, think quick on their feet. This is somebody that can do that, but when it comes to expressing their emotions, they're a bit more reserved and feel a little bit uncomfortable. They're not really comfortable with that. So I think that, that's where the heartbreak came in for you, because this, again, was a bit of a setback. And I think that this person pretty much is used to operating on their own outside of a relationship, but maybe you just felt drawn towards and felt a little intrigued by this person and maybe what they had, the fact that they were well established. But as far as being in a relationship, I don't think that this person was really ready to handle a relationship at the magnitude of what you may have desired. So yeah, a break. Again, and all of these swords are pointed at this person's upper part, the head and the chest area here. So there definitely is a break. You definitely may need to do some healing, and it's like that almost looks like a heart up there. But it just feels like, you guys are in this breaking period, and I don't know if this is a situation where you're going to return. They may offer to get back with you, but I don't know if I would actually do that. I don't know if I would actually do that. Let's get a little advice. Let's get a little advice. Sometimes when you are in this period of healing, again, you need to, I think it feels good, and it feels like, there is some growth that is there, and I'm ready to jump back in there, but maybe you haven't really given yourself enough time, and you may have just felt like, because I'm going through my healing process, that this is, this is a good sign, this is what I need to be doing. But just because somebody came along while you're in your healing process does not mean that you just jump at it. Vulnerability, you may have been feeling very, very vulnerable at the time. This is confirmation that you're seeking to tread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory where decisions are based more on intuition than rationality. Don't let fear hold you back, or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. And I would say that with this situation, I would still allow myself to stay open, but just don't fall into closing yourself up. But I think that you really need to listen more to yourself. This says you have to be willing to listen if you want to really understand someone. Now is not the time to be offering advice, but be a compassionate listener. It almost feels as though you may have tried to even help this individual because you possibly could have seen that this person needed some healing as well. But I tell you what, that's not your job. That's not your job. Let people heal and go through what it is that they're supposed to do in their time. And I'll tell you this too. Just because you may find someone attractive, like if this person came and just had, a lot of the qualities that you desire to have in a person, that does not mean that that person was the person that you were meant to be with, simply because of that, especially while you're in the process of your healing journey, because you may have crossed paths simply for the reason of helping that person on their journey as well, but not to get into a relationship with. And that's where you need to listen and pay attention, because I think that deep inside we know our intuition will tell us, but we have to be used to listening to our intuition and understanding what it is telling us. I can't say that there weren't any red flags, because I feel like in this kind of situation, you would know what's a red flag, especially if you're not really spending that quality time with the person and all you're doing is talking to this person through text, through emails, and through the phone, and you're not really spending that time together, and it leaves you in this space where you're feeling anxious because you're wondering, well, when are we actually going to spend time together? So hopefully you'll do better the next time around, and take heart, continue to go on your healing journey and do what it is that you need to do for yourself. So this is what I got. I don't know who this is going to resonate with, but if it does resonate with you, then leave me a heart emoji in the comments, or leave some kind of comment. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And hit your notification bell so that you know the next time that I upload a video. Until the next time, I'm Ivy, and you're at Ivy Vibes. Thank you so much for coming to my channel and watching my video. Peace.